Hello and welcome to the Bounty News Network. Today we will be talking about the Indie Ink Awards, which have started voting for finalists, an audiobook giveaway announcement, a reminder of Our Fantasy's mega sale later this month, an interview with AC Cross where we discuss Eldritch Horrors, D&D, and play a game of Who Said That, and we'll end with some recent releases in the indie market. The Indie Ink Awards have alerted authors if their books have been nominated for the awards. And voting has now opened up, or will shortly be opened up, as of the release of this podcast. Voting stays open until the end of the year, so be sure to swing by and cast your vote. The Wishing Stone has been nominated for Best Book Cover and Cover Artist, Best Friendship, Best Light Read, Best Mentor Character, Best Setting, and Side Character MVP. Bounty Ink has been nominated for Best Book Cover and Cover Artist, Best Friendship, Best Light Read, Best Mentor Character, Best Morally Gray Character, Best Setting, Best Use of Tropes, Side Character MVP, and Wittiest Character. If you agree with any of the nominations, be sure to swing by IndieInkAwards.com to vote. And if you don't agree with them, then swing by anyway and vote for the books you think deserve it. Also announced today, or will be announced shortly, is an audiobook giveaway that I am participating in. Myself and several other authors have grouped together to give away various audiobooks for US and UK fans due to Audible's restrictions. In addition to a necromancer called Gam Gam, you have the chance of winning such stories as Jester by Tim Carter, Unlucky Evens, Cursed Odds by Bill Adams, Umbra, Sentient Stars by Amber Toro, Whisper That Replaced God Parts 1 and 2, as well as Protocol of Valor by Timothy Wolfe, Envoys of War and Pawns of Havoc by Dave Lawson, Vespilio by Audrey DeBoer, and more. Be sure to keep an eye on my socials for more information on how to enter. On December 26th and 27th, the Our Fantasy Mega Sale will occur, where over 700 books will be on sale or free in hopes of raising money for the Mary Coriola Center. Both books in the Chronicles of Gam Gam series will be on sale for 99 cents during the time, so be sure to keep an eye out for the sale later this month. I'll be posting it on my socials, and we'll also be sending out a newsletter reminder for those who are a part of my newsletter. So if you'd like a reminder, be sure to join my newsletter, and you will be notified. Without further ado, let's jump into the interview with AC Cross. I am joined today by Juggler of Stories, Jumper of Genres, Spidussy Connoisseur, and Eldritch Horror himself, AC Cross. You've written
I like that intro.
you've written comedy, spy books, weird westerns, Eldritch Horror, A Psychological Zoo, and more. Why don't you tell us about your works?
Yeah, there is no rhyme or reason to them. Full disclosure, no rhyme or reason to them. I kind of just write whatever I'm in the mood for. Like you said, I started out I guess it's a career now, which is really strange to think about. Started out doing like spy comedy books, kind of like Archer, meets Doctor Who, has been described that way. Then I wanted to write something a little more serious, quote unquote. So I moved to the weird western with Where Blood Runs Cold. Had a week where I really needed to just do something, so I spent a week for Zoo. Kind of just that's basically just like brain vomit in a book with vodka letters. I wanted to try different formats. Then you have October Music, which I've spent far too much time on, just months creating those and putting them up online. Yeah, there's no specific rhyme or reason. It is all just, hey, shiny, this is a cool idea, let's do it.
That's fair. I myself find it fun to jump around on things, try different methods, try different styles. It's very clear that experimentation seems to be enjoyable for you because, yeah, it almost seems like none of your stories, at least the sci-fi fantasy ones that I've read, kind of align in the same way. But it's really neat to see how they differ.
Yeah, they are definitely not in the same universes. I can't do that to myself. I've told myself that many times, so I can't. I That's not going to happen.
All right, so you started writing with comedy spy novels, then switched to fantasy. Can you talk about what interests you in each genre that you kind of walkthrough, you did talk about it a little bit before, but
Yeah,
anything specifically that grabs you with each one?
yeah. So for the comedy ones, it is hard to write comedy. It is
Yeah.
incredibly hard to write comedy, um, because what I think is funny is definitely not what everybody else thinks is funny. And so I didn't know what I was doing for those first three books, so I didn't have any rules. I didn't put any rules or limitations on myself. It's like, okay, I want a running joke where a bear explodes in Robocopter. Cool, let's do it. We'll have a chapter like, we'll have an alien come possess somebody. Yeah, all right, cool, let's do it. A chapter where like I break reality and talk to the editors. Yeah, all right, let's do it. So there's no rhyme or reason. It was just kind of, you know what I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's rock and roll. Now I know what I don't know. And it's like, okay, I need to be a little more whatever. So where Blood Runs Gold was a lot more subdued, still weird because I don't think I could ever write anything like just straight up without any weirdness.
That's fair.
But it offered an opportunity to be more serious, to have a different style,
Hmm.
and then Bardic Letters was the reason behind that one was I actually had a story in the Sandios that I kind of adapted.
Oh,
And
okay.
part of the end of Boddicker Letters was taken out of like the guy he was visiting this Wild West area and was met with like demons and stuff and like the like spoiler alert the I am lost verbatim from that letter. I was like, that's such a cool punchline on that. I needed to have that. Um, and yeah, I've been way too into like Cthulhu stuff, the Lovecraft mythos, and like, yeah, I want to do more with that and more with that and more with that, and it keeps spiraling. I need help. I need someone to help me.
Did that needing help kind of inspire Bodeker's Titus Bodeker's spiral into madness?
Kind of, I really wanted to. I want to make a character who was not likable at all.
That's
Um,
success.
yeah, I want to make a character like that. You know, you don't really like, but you still feel bad for him. Like, man, he's bad, but does he deserve this? That sort of thing. And that gradual slide into insanity is so satisfying, especially when you got to go through and you see just the moments that it slips.
Mhm.
Just like not a big one. Not it's not like going straight, and then crash. It is a slip,
Yep.
a slip, and you realize they're starting to build until it's too late.
I just finished Bodeker Letters not too long ago, and I thought that was expertly handled. And you hit the nail on the head for unlikable, but I don't know if he deserved as bad a punishment. You definitely nailed what you were going for with it.
I'm glad to hear that.
Do you have any plans to go back to comedy spy kind of stuff, or the wildness of your early
Yeah,
works, or are you kind of stuck firmly in SFF?
you know, I'm gonna have to see. I have to feel funny, but I do have a sequel to Untitled Spy Story in the works. Untitled sequel story, another novel because I'm original that way. And I was kind of reading through that a couple days ago after we had talked a little bit about it, and I was like, okay, this is it's pure chaos, but I can work with that. So we'll see. That's not it's not top of my docket right now, but it's certainly in contender.
Fair enough. You had three before, right? Are they set in the same universe, or are they all kind of like separate stories?
So, Robocopter Ski Patrol, Untitled Spy Story novel, and Rubik's Cube, Alaska, Bullet Time 2. This time it's real. It's a long, insane title.
Yeah, I remember
Um, they,
reading it.
they are all in the same universe, the Roboverse.
Okay.
So they are all in the same universe, and then it's like the actual world, except just like on coke and steroids.
Yeah. Like God, what is that movie? Naked Gun kind of. It's just
Kind of, yeah.
wild humor to the real world.
Hmm.
All right, so I've noticed that like Eldritch Horror, that weird horror, seems to be a common theme among your stories, most notably with Boddicker
Yeah,
Letters, obviously. But we see similar themes in Where Blood Runs Gold with that horror elements to it and the otherworldly horror. So what is it about otherworldly horror that you just enjoy writing about?
it's it goes back to the fact that writing evil is a lot more fun than writing good, because all good characters, like you have a spectrum. Like Thorpe being good technically is very different than other characters being good, but evil is its own brand, and hitting that level of you have no control over it, the characters have no control over it, they just have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's It's fascinating to me. I love just that kind of, how do they deal with that, like, desperation? Like, what do they do? What kind of characters are they? How do they react to it? Because they can't win, not in the
Mm-hmm.
traditional sense. So how do they find victory out of that? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And that's such a cool idea to me, that there's no, you can't win, you can't necessarily lose, you just have to write it out.
Yeah. Okay. So going to Boddicker Letters, you've written that in an epistolary style, and you talked earlier about jumping styles to experiment different ways.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, epistolary is where we see the story through letters written by the main protagonist. So what about your story drew you to write it from that point of view, from the letters?
What I liked about it was that there was no opportunity for an alternative point of view. Like, when you're writing first person style, like in the world, there's a chance to hop, character hop, so to speak, or even third
Mm-hmm.
person style is you can jump, you can head hop between characters. Epistolary style, there is no head hopping. You have no context for anything aside from what the narrator is saying, aside from what the person writing it is saying. So they could be unreliable narrator. Spoiler, yes.
Yeah.
And so you don't have any. You have to just take it on faith that the narrator is being honest with you. And when they're not, it's just kind of like a rug pull. Like, oh, what? It adds that level of investment into the story, I think.
That's fair. One of the things I find most impressive with your work is your ability to control the voice of the story. Your weird Western reads exactly like a Western would feel. Your 1920s epistolary reads like it's from the 1920s. Zoo reads like it's a completely unique tour guide through your head. Your ability to quickly set the scene through voice alone is so good. It has me wondering, do you do anything special to get into the mindset of what the world you're writing in before you really jump into the writing? Kind of like, are you a method actor but a author? Do you let yourself go a little mad before you go into Titus's head, or go out and start shooting cans with a revolver to get into the Sheriff Thorpe's head?
I mean, replace cans with hobos, and yes, no, it's it's very much, if I'm going to write this, I'm trying to be in the world. I don't ever feel like I'm writing it. Any of my books, I don't feel like I'm writing them. I am transcribing the books, essentially. Like, there's something in whatever this is up here,
Hmm.
um, that is, the story is coming out. It is
Yeah,
not me coming up with the story. It's very much, the story is, I'm the facilitator more than the creator. And so it's like, well, if this is the world, all right, what's the world telling me to do? What are these characters telling me who they are? That makes it sound like I have no control. I kind of don't.
that seems to be a common perception from a lot of writers. People think writers
Yeah,
have control.
no.
Not often. Sometimes the stories just come. So, speaking of jumping all over the place, you do have a Patreon that you currently are
Yeah.
releasing parts to Wizfestation, tentatively titled so,
Mm-hmm.
about parasitic creatures known as wizards who are causing havoc in an award winning garden. As of recording this, you're 3 parts into releasing them,
Mm-hmm.
and I've read the first 2. But by the time this podcast releases, you'll probably be further along, I'm guessing, because it's not going to be until
Hopefully.
December. So I don't know if I want to ask about the story itself because you might get like answers about that. Anyway,
Yeah, go for it.
but I want to get a little looser with this. What D&D class would be the best animal to keep in your garden if it's not wizards or warlocks?
Oh, that's a great one. D&D class, probably a druid, I would say, because they would tend the garden.
Yeah, that very much fits. They wouldn't be like an invasive like plant species. They'd just be
Yeah, and they'd
garden
be
center.
just they'd be just chill dudes cleaning up the garden.
Fair enough. What would be the worst? Anything worse than wizards or
Barbarian,
warlocks? Barbarian.
barbarian.
What kind of animal would a barbarian be?
I want to say like a wolverine or like a badger, something that's just like it gets in there like, oh come on, what are we doing
Okay,
here?
yep.
And it's just, and you have to like try to fight that thing out.
Be like a honey badger.
Yeah,
just,
something like that.
just saw a video of a honey badger trying to take down an elephant. It didn't go well.
Yeah, that is very barbarian. That has the barbarian feel to it. Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite character to write for, and who is your least favorite character?
Hmm. Favorite character to write for would probably be Grigor. He is in Rubens Cube, Alaska, and he is this massive, likely mostly immortal Russian dude with a pet direwolf. Um, and he is just he's insane, and I love him so much. A while back I had a Twitter account like with him that I kind of took and made that to the story. But yeah, completely nuts. I would love to go back to him. Um, Character I'd least like writing for. Oh, that's a tough one.
You can also take it as the hardest one if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, hardest one. Any character that's doesn't want to cooperate with me, I guess, is like no, they're ones that are very stubborn and unwilling to kind of just go with what's the plan is. It's like, no, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. It's like, no, I need you to go here, I need you to do this. It's like, no, I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna do this. Like trying to wrangle those. I
Like
don't have a lot of those. I would say that Thorpe can kind of be that way at times.
I can
He
see
does
it.
not listen to any. He does not listen to anything I'm telling him to do.
No, that's pretty fitting to how he is. All right. Do you have a favorite scene that you've written so far that's published or not?
That's a good one too. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this on. I think I mentioned this on Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever one of those a few days ago, as of this recording. But I was going through a like my D&D inspired fantasy, and I was going through like snippets that I'd written, and it was a like the main character in that's a half orc, and someone close to him had gotten killed by like a bandit leader, and he drops absolute just the most devastating monologue possible on him. It's like it's the point of like I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is very serious. So that was very good. There's another fantasy one that I was writing that had a ballroom scene, and I love that one because a dude gets hit in the face with like a tea platter hard enough to like bend the platter in half.
Oh, yeah.
So, but like any of those are satisfying. A lot of the scenes in 12 Errands are fun, especially the fights with Lerner, the Hydra analog.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a really fun one. That's pretty visceral, and I had a lot of fun with that.
And those who don't know, 12 Errands is your Hercules retelling, right?
Yeah, that's a beast of that's a beast of a story. Yeah, it's retelling the 12 labors of Hercules, except in San Dios,
Okay.
the What Blood Rose
Right.
Gold universe,
I forgot that it
and
was
it's
in
with
that.
Wolf. Yeah, and it's with Wolf Lincoln, and he has to kill 12 different beasts. Yeah, it's a hefty one already. I think it's already like 400 pages, and I'm like halfway done.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's gonna be chunky.
Well, it sounds fascinating. So I look forward to the other 400 pages.
Right.
Wrapping it up. You have been known to juggle a lot of stories, as said in your introduction, as we talked about, and as we have talked about. The curse of many authors that I'm acutely aware of myself. But not only that, you seem to enjoy hopping around many different subgenres. Again, something I can relate to is my own desires. But is there a story stuck in your brain that you haven't been able to lodge free, and are excited to eventually see the page, even if it's not going to be quite yet?
Oh, I for those who don't actually keep up with me, which why would you at this point? Um, I've got like 60, 65 work in progress just in the in the queue. I want to see 12 errands eventually get out. I think that one's gorgeous. The cyberpunk one I would like to get just because the family in that so much is like genuinely sweet. I don't know what's going to happen with Wisfistation. That was not an intended one, but I was told by so many people that I had to do it, so I guess that's going to be a thing I'm doing now.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
I was one of
you're
them.
one of many. Yeah, I really at some point need to kind of buckle down and re-edit, rework the noir thriller, Center to Ruin. I mean, I have the cover art for that. I've already gone through the editing process with that. I just need to decide if I want to make the ending as dark as it
Oh,
is.
I remember you talking about that one.
Yeah, so I need to decide if I'm willing to lose what readers I have to that, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that, but I would love to. I'd love to get that one out there as well because that opens up more stories in that universe as well.
Good to hear. Sounds like plenty of exciting book ideas coming up. So one that I have seen you talked about is the that you're working on a prequel to Where Blood Runs Gold. Is there any
Yeah,
hints that you can give us for what to expect from good old Thorpe prior to Where Blood Runs Gold?
yeah. So the title of that one is it's either going to be On the Wine Dark Sand or just the Wine Dark Sand. And this takes place before he even gets to Santiago. This is in his not his early-ish days where he's still kind of got the reputation, but it's not to the same extent.
Hmm.
And that one is because he's always met in a tavern because that's or in a saloon that's where you meet people. And he gets brought in to kind of explore this town, like something's wrong with this town. And one of the townsfolk's like, "Can you show up and see what's going on with that?" And yeah, it's gonna be fun. The Better clan, Lila Ledbetter. Uh, she's kind of in charge of that. She's a sweet old lady that has kind of brought peace to the town. Which yeah, okay. um, and I know exactly what the ending punchline is for that. Oh, it's gonna be
Hmm.
so good. It's
I
gonna be
love
so good. It's gonna be like recontextualize the whole thing and like, oh,
I love when you can just figure out the ending and you're like, okay, now I know what I need to do to get there.
mhm.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah,
You said
it'll be a whole thing.
that one was going to be novella length, or was that going to
The
be full?
plan was novella length. That was the plan. We'll see how long it goes. That one is I've done the process for that one's been very different. Normally, I just kind of sit down and just write chapters until they're done. This is one, and even Wisfistation has also been that. Is I've been writing at work when I have
Mm.
downtime. Like I have like so many like sheets of yellow paper, and I've written scenes and stuff on there, and then I've kind of written them down and so I don't have a cohesive story yet, but I have a bunch of chunks of the story in
Gotcha.
place.
Yeah, as someone who has a 1 year old child, I found out that I can't have the same writing as I once had. So I can relate to that, as I had to recontextualize how my time gets spent.
Oh, absolutely.
So you've talked a lot about projects that you have been working on. Is there any other ones you want to shout out that are upcoming?
Oh, let's see. It was interesting. I kind of posted this yesterday up on Blue Sky and Twitter. I was like half asleep. It was like 4:30 in the morning. I had to get up to use the restroom, and this idea came to mind. So I like scribbled it down on my notes on my phone, and I ran like the first session of it with my D&D group last night, and they loved it. It's essentially like it's a campaign where you're not fighting. You're retired adventurers, and you own a restaurant, and you're operating a restaurant, and your goal is to get your restaurant into like the top 16.
So
And
the
so you
bear,
have
but in fantasy, kind of. I've never
kind of,
seen the
yeah.
bear, but
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And then I built a system on the fly where like they have five people come, like five different customers come in. They have to like do like make the customers happy. Each player rolls a d10 to rank like the quality on a scale of 1 to 10. It gets average, so they can gain points or lose points. There's this
Mhm.
whole ranking system. Oh, they had a blast with it, coming up with recipes, coming up with everything. Had a busboy get into a fist fight with a mountain goat. Like,
The
so
goat had
that's
it
something I'm gonna
coming.
probably, yeah, it totally did. So that's something I may need to spend a little more time fleshing out as like an RPG idea, like a D&D setting campaign sort of idea, and because I don't have enough to work on.
I get that. There's so many different things. I think writing a for like a TTRPG style or something to that effect would be like a lot of fun for like one of my worlds or something.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
and I'm like, I need to just throw that one in a closet somewhere because I don't have time anytime soon.
Yeah, that is unfortunately true.
So we've spent a lot of time talking about your writing. It's clear you're very passionate about the very different stories you've been writing. But let's shift gears a little bit away from writing and learn more
All
about
right.
you specifically. What are some things you are passionate about outside of writing?
I love words in general. I would love to at some point, like whether it's like a Substack or a YouTube or even a TikTok thing, explore more and explain more about how how you read things, like read them out loud, the inflection you use, the words you use, the phrasing, everything can make it more impactful. The example I tend to default to is The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Hmm.
Is that everybody reads it in high school, and you're like, this is pretty good. But if you read it with intent, you read it with inflection, you read it with different phrasing than you just kind of expect,
Hmm.
it is scary as hell.
Yeah,
Uh, Same thing with Shakespeare is kids read Shakespeare like this is boring. I don't understand what's going on. Well, yeah, because you're not reading it correctly. I would love to kind of explore that because I love teaching. I do. I love
yeah.
explaining things to people because I like hearing myself talk. um, but just kind of that sort of thing. I love collecting, just collecting in general, which is not it's not quite hoarding. I hope not, but it's just collecting in general. Like you can see over the shoulder, like all my cursed stuff. I go to the thrift store like every few weeks and try to find like something that gives me actual revulsion and try to buy that because it's earned. So I have a ton of stuff up there.
Do
But
your
yeah, I
brother
just
and you trade or like gift each other cursed items? Is that a thing like for
we
Christmas? I
give
thought
you
you said.
for Christmas. Well, a little bit. We tend to give each other actually sports jerseys. We're both sports guys.
Okay,
Yeah, so we trade sports jerseys. I love Oklahoma State Cowboys, which is really bad this year. um,
I'm
Basically, all
a
my teams are designed to hurt me this year.
I'm a
It's
Jets fan,
unbelievable.
so 15 years of misery. I get
You understand.
it.
I'm a Titans fan, so you can
Oh,
understand you can understand the pain.
yeah,
But yeah, I like to I like love video games. I love beer, scotch. I just like to be comfortable more than
that's
anything
fair.
else. Like just kicking back and just not doing a ton. Like I kind of like that.
Which is why you picked being a writer, which requires a lot of work as self-pub.
Yeah, right. It's a different kind of work.
One thing I know that you enjoy is D&D. So if you yourself were thrown into a campaign, what D&D class would you take up?
I'd be a bard.
That's
100%.
fair.
I would be a bard.
That
I don't have the
fits.
strength to be able to punch. I don't have the Like dexterity, I'm a big dude. I don't have the dexterity to be like a rogue or anything like that, but I can talk my way out.
The
100% bard.
the real question is, you run into a spider lady. Are you seducing as a bard?
Depends on how drunk I am. And I think that's a valid disclaimer on that. It
That's fair.
depends. I hate that has picked up so much traction in our conversations online. I'm like, why did I get roped into this? How did that happen? So, you had that with Crystal going on. Then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this will be fun. I'm just gonna jump into it, and then it became a whole thing. So
You're welcome.
cool.
Roping
I
you
guess
in.
that's what happens now.
All right. We did have a couple of community questions come in. If wizards are an invasive species, so this might be a spoiler, but if wizards are invasive species, what invasive species are best to counter wizards and make everything exponentially worse? Alternatively, if it's a spoiler, what's the worst species to bring in to prey on wizards? Because they would not actually be helpful. Not necessarily because they'd make things
Well, I
worse.
mean, we already see that the warlock preys on it, and the Irma may be getting a purebred sorcerer at some point. And at some point, I'm going to have to bring in Baba Yagas, like as an actual species, not like one like a flock of Baba Yagas. That's got to be a thing.
Amazing. Um,
So we'll see. I have no idea what's going
is
to happen
this
with the story
is
at
this
this
gonna be
point.
like if you give a mouse a cookie, but if you let a wizard infest your gardens?
Yeah, something to that effect. Again, I have no idea where the story is going. It's just like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now.
I look forward to seeing how it goes. So one thing that you worked on was October Music, which is a collection of short stories, arguably flash fiction, maybe even. They're pretty short, pretty quick, and they're all based on songs, which you do every October, one a day.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite song and story from the October Music specifically?
Oh man, in terms of like song to listen to.
I didn't get specifics, so take it how
No,
you
no,
want.
that's good. In terms of song, I have to pull up the list of how many songs I've got here. Oh, I don't even know. There's so many. There's so many. Probably "The Stranger" by Billy Joel.
Mm.
I really love that one. In terms of songs that I like, my favorite stories, I'd have to go through and read them. "After Party" from this year is one of my favorites. That one's so dark, so hard. Um, I was not expecting. I was like, oh, I guess that's what's happening. So in terms of like, especially for this last year set, that's one's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna really go to that level.
Fair enough. All right. That's all I have for you so far. So we can move on to our game at the end. I like to end each of
Mhm.
these with a game. You chose to compete with Crystal, and who said that? Let's see if you
Oh,
can
good.
get 100% as well. And because the stories I've read, Boddicker letters is all letters, so there's no dialogue. And
Hmm.
Zoo is more like a tour guide going through
Hmm.
like your brain. So like hard to pick dialogue from that because it's almost second person, I guess. Because the tour guide's talking to you, the reader. So these are all from Where Blood Runs Gold. So let's see how
Okay.
well you know San Dios. I have given a hint or a clue that you get. So I'll read the dialogue. There's no tags, just straight. And then if you need a hint, I will attempt to act it out, which should at least maybe give you gender of the character and a
Okay.
hint of intention. I'm not the best actor, but I have been a DM, so we'll see how it goes. Then you get your guess at who said it. We will begin with quote number 1. Can't a man and a few of his friends go riding around the country to get a little taste of adventure every now and then?
Oh, what I want to say. Oh, it's been a hot minute since I even know the characters. Am I allowed to pull up a list of characters?
I'll allow it.
Okay. There's so many of them. Don't think that's. Oh, I want to say that's Haas Elder.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Dang.
That
Who was
was
it?
Captain Josiah Daniels.
Oh, that was Josie. Okay.
I think it was
Okay.
not their first meeting, but their second one. It was around page 226. All right, quote number 2. Let's see if you can pick it back up. You go save that girl and bring her home, Sheriff Thorpe.
That is. See, I'm trying because that's talking about. It was talking about Greta. Want to
Correct.
say. Yeah, it's talking about Greta. Oh, so this is gonna be. Oh, you suck. It's one of the townsfolk in Santiago.
I wasn't that mean.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Uh,
It's pretty close to the end.
yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be. Was that Esther Lemieux?
Nope.
Dang.
Think a little closer to who would be with him right at the end.
I mean, it would be Anna. Yeah.
Yep. Anna.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Quote number 3. It ain't your daddy.
I don't think that's. I'll need a hint on this one.
It ain't your daddy.
I don't think that. What was that one, Haas? It's because that one's either Haas or who's the. It's not Wind and Rush.
It's someone in response to being asked if it's who they are. Like it's a kind of a sarcastic
Yeah,
response.
yeah. I do think that one's Haas. That does sound like a Haas question.
Not quite.
Oh man,
Do you have a second guess?
My second guess was Wind and Rush, but I don't think it's going to be him. He doesn't make enough of an impact.
I'd say this one makes quite a bit of an impact.
Yeah.
This character.
Oh, is that the Drifter?
You're thinking too hard. It's pull a little back.
I mean, is that seriously just Thorpe?
It's just Thorpe, yeah.
Is it just Thorpe? Oh, okay. I was just trying to think. I was trying to think deep on that.
Yeah, I can get a little too deep in there. No, I had to have a Thorpe one, and I like that quote.
That's fair.
That happened right or shortly after meeting Captain Josiah Daniels, so I don't know if it was to him or something.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
All right, let's see if you can get this one. Quote number 4. I noticed that you never mentioned finding her.
That one seems like a Greta question. Like,
I'm pretty sure it was about Greta.
oh, it's about Greta.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant. There's your hint. The her, I think, is in reference to Greta.
Oh man, clearly I need to reread my own books.
It's been a bit.
Yeah, it really has.
To be fair, I didn't pick super memorable quotes. I just opened the book up to random pages and chose dialogue.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
So some of these were a bit difficult.
Because that's not Sweetwater. Is it Sweetwater? I'm trying to think of when somebody would have said that. I am stumped.
It's someone you've guessed before.
So that'd either be Esther or Haas. I don't want to keep throwing out Haas because I don't think I'm right. Watch this one actually be Haas. I feel like this is Esther though.
Are you sure you don't want to change your answer?
I'm gonna go with Haas.
It's Haas. This one's Haas.
Yeah, okay, thank God. Finally.
Should have put Haas first.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Quote number 5. Was that so difficult?
That one's Sweetwater. Is it not? Oh my gosh.
No. Do you want me to act it out?
Yeah.
Was that so difficult?
How obscure are we going here?
It happens early-ish in the book. It's not an obscure character.
Okay.
In the hundreds pages.
Okay.
And I was going for a female voice.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Okay. And they may or may not be holding a gun. Though that doesn't narrow a lot of things down.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Is that Greta? That does seem like a Greta one's trying to threaten. She's like 14-year-old girl.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That was when he first finds her at the hotel, and they
Oh yeah, yeah,
hold
yeah.
up that one guy whose name I am blanking on.
Yeah, he got he had a rough go of that one, Louis the Fat.
Yes, a little rough, but you got there for a couple of them,
Sort
for a
of,
handful of
kind
them,
of.
with some
So,
help. Now we know that it can be hard to remember if the book's been a bit. All
mm,
right, so I like to kind of end this out. Was there any other creative you'd like to shout out in this time?
yeah, there's a few. Luke Tarzian is a beast. He's done a few of my covers, and I'm gonna get him locked into the San Diego's universe for as many of those as he's willing to do.
He's made some pretty
Tom
great
Bookbeard,
covers for you.
he's done a great job. Tom Bookbeard is awesome. Uh, DB Rook, David Lists, Four Beardsmen of the Apocalypse, awesome dudes. Part of a new D&D group that I'm in, so that's fun. I mean, Connor's great. Connor Kaplan's great. Sam
Oh yeah.
Kaplan's great. I will support anybody. I am beholden. I am beholden to no creed or country. I will back up anybody who buys my books.
There's a lot of great people in the writing community. It's hard to just choose
Mhm.
one or two or whatever. There's so many great people. Thank you very much for coming on. Letting me have a second
Absolutely.
shot at this podcast. It was wonderful having you on here.
Oh,
As
that's a lot of
I
fun.
figure out how this all works, this one went a little quicker because I think I went a little long with Crystal. So this will probably be closer to episode length. But thanks again for coming on.
Most
And
definitely.
happy to have you. Can you tell us where to find you if people are interested in your books and writing?
Absolutely. So you can find me at aaroncross.com. That's my website. That's where I put up all the October music every year with a bunch of other free stories. You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, at Dan Eats Cat Food. You can find me on Blue Sky at aaroncross.bluesky.social. And then you can also find me on Patreon at Patreon Aaron C. Cross.
And I'll
So there's
be sure to
all,
have those all linked in the description.
yep, and there's literally you can just say hi, and I am desperate for any form of attention, so I will respond.
All right. Thanks again for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
So, absolutely, my pleasure.
Are you looking for a new read? Here are some recent indie releases from the month of December. Savage Daughters of the Secret Isle by J. Patricia Anderson. The mainlands burn witches. The Secret Isle shelters them. A hopeful feminist fantasy standalone by the author of Your Blood and Bones. It released on November 30th, but the physical copy released December 1st, so it fits under this announcement. At the Road's End by Niels Odlund. A fallen paladin accused of terrorism, murder, and heresy tries to get her sister to accept her for who she really is before the Inquisition catches up to her. Released on December 1st. Tales of Lunis Aquaria Volume 2 by Tessa Hasjajanto. Tales of Lunis Aquaria holds 8 new cozy adventures set in the fantastical world of Lunis Aquaria. Meet the gods, go questing with familiar characters, and discover old and new secrets. Released on December 6th. Thanks for signing on for the latest Bounty News Network. Hope you enjoyed your time and look forward to you joining us next month when I get to interview Dave Lawson, famed bald author of the Envoys of Chaos series. If you've enjoyed this podcast and would like to support it, you can do so by joining my Patreon, where episodes drop early. Not to mention the many other rewards offered, such as a monthly serial set in Bounty Inc. universe, sneak peeks at my works in progress, and pictures of my pooch. You can find it at patreon.com/Adam Holcomb. If subscribing isn't your jam, you can always buy my books. Both Chronicles of Gam Gam series and Bounty Inc. are available on Kindle Unlimited or purchasable as ebooks from Amazon. Physical copies can be purchased as a signed bundle straight from my website or wherever books are sold. Be sure to check out bountyinc.com for the latest news on this podcast and my other endeavors. Until next time, happy hunting.